Sometimes light zone files have so many layers of adjustment that it's hard to remember exactly what you did on each one. To demonstrate these, I will leave all the layers intact, but turn them on one at a time to go over the details. This is a photograph I took in Rome, Italy during a rainstorm on my last day there. If I wanted to take pictures, I was going to have to brave the elements. You can see how wet it was. I was photographing underneath an umbrella and the wind was blowing. An Italian woman came up to me and I think she said, "Why are you doing this in the rain?" I just told her it was my only chance and I had to do what I had to do. So let me turn all of these settings off and then we'll go through these one by one. So this is the light of the day. I can't say it was overcast, it was wet. So I used the relight tool. Now normally we use the relight tool when the highlights are overdone and the shadows are too strong. So why would I use it here? The answer is that I did a little experimenting ahead of time and I decided to use the soft wow filter, but I wanted to prepare the picture to use the soft wow filter. The soft wow filter adds some contrast. We can take a look up at the preview and see what it's going to do. But I'm not going to apply the tool from the style bar. I'm just going to turn them on in the tool stack. The first part of the soft wow is actually a relight tool. And the second one is a type of sharpening tool. Together, they enhance the contrast and bring out the detail in the photograph. They do that in a different way than using the clarity filter. It reaches into the photograph and brings out some of its attributes. Now the next thing I used was I wanted this to be a black and white image. And in black and white we have something called soft skin tones. Well, this is a bronze statue, and so those warmer tones of bronze will probably work with this filter. So when I click that, it brings out some more of the detail in the tones of the statue, and it also minimizes the water a little bit, which usually shows up with the blue filter. If we look at the color wheel, we see that the soft skin tones filter is a kind of orange filter, and it would be the same as if we put an orange filter on the camera. The next tool is the zone mapper, and in my experiments with this file, I had tried the zone mapper 3 previous times. It adds a sequential number. That's why this one is called Zone Mapper 4, even though it's the first one that shows up in this video. When we look closer, you can see that I locked the highlight tone, and then in the next range of tones, I brought that zone down a little bit to bring out some of the detail in the lighter tones in the photograph. Next, I adjusted the mid-tone just a little bit, and then also the last tone in the photograph I brought down a little bit and let the rest of the zone smush, which doesn't create any effect because there are no tones that dark in the picture. Now, on the next Zone Mapper tool, you'll see that I made the same kind of adjustments, but when I click this on, it only affects the left side of the photograph. That's because I created a region that localizes the effect of the Zone Mapper. When we look at the original compared to our edited version, you'll see it was very misty back there, which made it hard for any detail to be there. So this Zone Mapper changed those tonal values so that the cross and the foot and the fish could come out and play. And for the final Zone Mapper, you can see that the Zone Mapper is a region drawn to only affect the horse. Now I'll hide the region so that we can see how the Zone Mapper modifies the detail in the edge of the horse. Without the region, the woman stands out more. With the region, the horse comes out from the background. But now that I've looked at it, I'll adjust the intensity of the filter by moving the slider down. This modulates the relationship between the woman and the horse ever so gently. So thanks for staying with me throughout this deconstruction. I know this was a detailed video, and we did a nice job on this photograph, made it something that I'm proud of, and so we'll save this. When we look at our before and after, we see how fast and easy it is to work with LightZone. You can try this technique for yourself in LightZone or download the trial now.